Blutbart.
Hello and welcome back to another behind-the-scenes toy photography video. This week I'm going to show you how to use spotlights to illuminate select areas of your photo. I call this shot Lineage. I find the master and apprentice relationship of the Jedi very fascinating, and I figure that Yoda had quite a lot of time during his exile to meditate on the past and the future. With that in mind, I decided to take a shot of Yoda pondering the lineage of his apprentices who had the most impact on the galaxy. But first, I needed to set the scene. Since Dagobah is a verdant swamp planet, I used a lot of green and brown in this shot to give it an earthy feel. I used broken tree branches from my backyard as full-size trees, and I used both fake grass and real moss to fill out the background. Moss like this can be bought at most crafting supply stores. I got these from Michael's. When I was satisfied with the coverage, I set up my fill lights, two large programmable softboxes which I set to be cool and dim. Next, I placed the rest of my action figures. From Dooku to Sabine, this line of master and apprentices spanned decades and turned the tides of two separate galactic conflicts. Their combined feats affected the lives of billions across the galaxy. To help the figures stand out from the background, I employed two spotlights. The first I positioned above Yoda and put a snoot on to focus the light directly on him. The second I placed further back and put a barn door on to focus the light horizontally across my toys' faces. Here's my starting image. My main goal for this edit was to apply a gradient fade to the background characters to show that they were merely a vision and were not there in person. But first, I touched up the color grading with levels, color balance, and hue and saturation adjustments. Then, using a second exposure with the background characters removed, I brushed out their feet with a layer mask. I didn't plan my separate exposures very well, so I had to edit Yoda out on one layer and then edit him back in on another so that he wouldn't appear transparent as well. With my special effects complete, I cropped the image, then removed the few visible articulation joints. Finally, I used the dodge tool to lighten up the features of my subjects. At the last minute, I used a custom brush to add some mist to the foreground. So once again, here's my starting image. And here's where I ended up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and make sure to check me out on Instagram. Thanks, and until next time.